Hello. I'm getting myself set back up again. Maybe I'll just draw my video. La 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 la. All right. Mimi will be joining us in a bit, and we'll get set up and learn a lot about Android. Should be super cool. Let me see if I can get. What can I do? I'm gonna take this sweater. For some reason, it comes. It's like chilly, and then it's not chilly in my apartment. It's very confusing. Ugh. And I'll give this a second. Oh,
Oh,
hi, Mimi.
hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Um, so like we are today's been quite the day. It's the younger students, and we've had like speakers and panelists and all sorts of cool stuff happen. And so we're really happy that you can join us today to talk about Android. I know personally not very much about Android, and we have high schoolers, people from undergrad that have been asking questions, that have been kind of coming in and out. And so to start us off, hello all, welcome to the Android app workshop. This is Mimi. Mimi
Hello.
is a wonderful human being. Everyone should just know that. Period. She actually is in the lab with me. She's a PhD student in computer science, developing. What year are you in, by the way?
Oh, it's already fifth year.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mimi's in her fifth year PhD student, so she's very experienced, very senior in computer science and developing remote health monitoring systems using smartphones and smartwatches. So she's the perfect person to ask. And her designs have been used by children, athletes, the elderly, and others to provide helpful health information. And you'll see she does all sorts of cool stuff. She's like one of the coolest people I know in my lab, honestly. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go Majid Lab. Yes, we're in Majid's lab. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that said, I'm gonna turn off my camera, my audio, and just let you do you, Mimi. Just feel free to just walk us through and just share what you have for us today.
So I guess there's no student though, but I guess I just do it like there is some like students.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So folks, feel free to turn on your camera and stuff. But like most of the times, everyone's been like mad shy. So most of the times, what happens is like people just watch.
I see.
So I think you can pretend. What you can do is pretend that there is no one here, and then literally just walk through different things. And folks, feel free to just so on the upper right side, maybe you'll see there's like a chat. Or like the Q&A section. So like for the chat, folks will put in their questions. I'm happy to be addressing their questions and everything like that. But everyone preface, this is gonna be jumping into the fire. This is what it is, So just a heads up to emotionally prepare yourself. If you get lost, we want you to definitely not be lost, but feel free to jump in with the questions and stuff, and we'll do our best to address them. But Mimi has something cool in store. All right.
Got it. Great. Thank you so much for the introduction. And let's share my screen to get better. Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
Perfect.
Great. That's awesome. And yeah, so yeah, let me introduce myself first quickly. And even though Amelia introduced me really well, but yeah, I'm a PhD student in computer science at UCLA, and I mostly use Android for developing our remote health monitoring systems. So that's why I got really familiar with. And when I heard about this opportunity, it's gonna be really good to know each other and then show what I can do, which is really fun. So I highly recommend you guys try out together, since it's a workshop. And then if you're just watching it, what's the difference between just watching the YouTube than having actual live demo here, right? So I actually sorry about that. I actually created a bunch of the links that you can try out and help. And if you check out your chat, I'm not sure it's easy to read, but okay, I cannot. Okay, this is not totally expected, but okay.
What do you need anything?
Let me actually here. Can you see my chat on the chat box? And then
yeah, perfect.
Okay. So it's gonna be really. Oh, okay, great. Thank you for your feedback, Lisa. And yeah, it's a. So I'm gonna start with. So in order to build a simple Android app, we need a really cool software that we can design Android app better and easy, which is called Android Studio. So Android Studio is basically like has everything in order to build any type of Android applications, even like a tablet, mobile, and even a smartwatches interface that has the Android base. Then you basically need to go through this Android Studio, and in order to download the Android Studio, if you click the link to like a download Android Studio and SDK tools, if you go to the link, and you will see this web page immediately, and then you can click the screen button to download the Android Studio, and it takes about like 10 to 15 minutes to download fully, and then it requires at least 2 gigabytes of your storage. So your storage disk should have at least 2 gigabytes. And oh, okay. And these are the specs that you need for your machine to install the Android Studio. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. She's sharing the link again. And yeah, so if, because I do not know much about the like knowledge level of how much you know about the coding and the Android app as well. So I try to put my standard as low as possible. So anyone who doesn't have any experience with the programming and even developing an Android app can follow through. So if you have chance, please click here and then follow the directions and click next, and then download it. And download the Android Studio to create your first new Android application. And meanwhile, you're doing that. In order to like run the Android Studio, it requires Java installed on your machine. Java is a type of a computer programming language, but there is mostly nowadays computers, your personal computers already have Java, but sometimes some computer doesn't have one. So here's the quickest way to check you have installed Java or not is the if you're using a Windows, then you can go to the command prompt and then you can just type Java -version. Then if you can see the number for the Java version, then your machine basically has Java. But if you do not have Java installed, then and at the same time you can do if you're a Mac user, you can go to the terminal, you can type the same thing, and then if you have Java installed on your machine, then you will see the number for the version number. But if you do not have Java, then you will see some kind of this message like no Java runtime present. Then you need to download Java. So I also shared the link for installing Java, just in case that if you do not have Java on your machine, you can go to this Oracle website and click the JDK download, and for the Mac, just click DMG file. And if you're Windows users, you can click the executable file to download your Java. Installation for Java is quicker than the Android Studio, so that's why while you are installing Android Studio, you can also download the Java and set it up. But couple of things needs to be configured first in order to use Java properly on your machine. So since we do not have that much of people, I think let's get your feedbacks. Like, can you guys check? Are you guys downloading the Android Studio, as well as like could you guys have a chance to see your machine has Java installed or not? If not, I'll go through the detail of how to install Java. But if everyone already has Java, then I do not really need to go through the steps, which is kind of complicated in order to set up the path. But thank you for the questions. When you click the link, you see this page, and then you directly click the JDK download. JDK download. I guess Java Development Kit. And then if you are a Windows user, you can choose this one, JDK 16 Windows. If you're a Mac user, you can choose the OS X DMG file. And then steps are pretty straightforward. You can just click next. And Java will be quickly installed. Yeah, if Java was not installed before, then you need to set up the path of the Java on your operating machine, so that when you use your terminal or when you use any type of software, can directly forward the Java is here, and they use this path. So let me know if anything downloaded.
Just a quick question for Lisa. If you have you checked if you have Java in your terminal? You just type in Java dash version.
Yeah, let's give her a time to figure out what. So Lisa, you can interrupt me anytime if you have any question or any struggles. I'll be here to help you for sure. But while everyone is downloading or setting up, let me quickly introduce what I want to do for this workshop. Okay. Okay, so Lisa just finished the downloading, and then may I ask, like, which operating system are you using? Windows or Mac? Yeah, based on operating system, it's gonna be different. Windows 10. Okay. So I guess you finished downloading Java, then can you? I guess you saw this kind of screen. Sorry, it's like overlapping each other, but I guess you completed this window, and now on your search on your window, can you search name as a environmental variable? Environment variable. So if you search on your window, if you search that, and you will see this system properties window right away. And as you guys noticed, I'm not a window user, so I'm not super familiar with how window works, but this link, this YouTube link, was really helpful for me to understand how to install Java and the Android Studio as well. So hopefully Lisa can have a chance to skim through this video if you have any troubles with it. And brief overview, Lisa, you can always go back to this YouTube video and then see the detail how to setting up. But if I briefly go through, you basically set up the environment variable of the Java home, and Java home directory should be where the Java JDK installed, which is more likely gonna be in the inside of the program files, and also oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense. It's always this kind of video calls makes delay on the computer. Yes, and my computer is also getting slow too. So yeah, we're all hanging there. Yeah. And yeah, while it's slowly downloading, I wish you can check out this YouTube video, and so you can expect that what you need to be done before you start the Android programming. And then, but at the same time, hopefully you had a chance to check. If you go to the command prompt, and then if you type the Java hyphen version, and then if you see this kind of number, which is the version number, then you are actually good to go. You don't actually need to download the Java. But if you don't see any number and cannot configure Java command at all, then you need to download. Okay. While she's downloading, let me introduce what we will do in this workshop. Is basically we're gonna create a very simple finger drawing, finger painting app for Android using touch interaction. So I do have an Android phone right here. So you know our smartphone has touch interactions, right? So we can quickly draw or write, or highlight the text, and so we can select the color from this palette, and then we can change the brush size, like a small, medium, large, and then we can also erase, and then we can create a new drawing, like setting as a new file. And so our app layout has a top buttons, and then our canvas in the middle, and then all different kind of colors, and also the patterns will be on the bottom of the screen. So let's give you the quick demo. I recorded it. So as you can see, you can select the size of the brush, and you can select the color. You can draw or you can write on your canvas, and since I'm writing this with mouse, it's really slow, but yeah, that's what you want to create. And also you can erase, you can change the size of eraser, and you can erase it, and even entirely new document. And you can, and at the end, we'll all smile. So, and also we can change the opacity, but I'll just give you the code, so you will not have chance to see like how detailed it works, but like it has also the functionality. So, great. So Lisa installed Java, but okay. But did you set it up the Java path? If not, it's okay. It will like bug you later. Then we can fix the issue together. And for the Android Studio, you can go to this link. You can go to this link and then click this green button. It will automatically configure your using window, and you can just click next and next as default. And then yeah, it will require 2 gigabytes memory. So make sure you do have enough space, and you are also qualified of this specs. Okay, everyone else good to go? So if you're finished downloading Android Studio as well as Java, I also want you to download the skeleton of our project source code. Here, I shared the zip folder on my Google Drive. So I wish you can download it. And let me show you how it looks like. So it's one zip file right there. If you download and unzip it, then you will see the files of the source code. Let me show you how it looks like. Yeah, so if you unzip it, then you should be able to see all the images that we will need for this app, and Java code as well, and the layout in XML, and also the values, the attributes that we will need for our layout. So hopefully you can all access this by downloading it. And let me know, you can write chat if you have any issues having all this source code. So if you're downloading all of this, then you will eventually see the screen of welcome to Android Studio. So as soon as you see this page, I want you to type done in the chat box, so I can know, I can see like when I can actually start the actual implementation of this Android app. Okay. So if you set it your Android Studio as like a light theme, then it's gonna be look like this. But if you chose your Android theme as a darker, then it's gonna be look like this. If anyone having hard time to understanding or cannot understand what I have to select while you're installing the software, you are welcome to check out this cool installation video. Oh, Maggie, you're so fast. Good job. So usually in order to make a just very simple Android app requires um, at least a few lines of coding. But since I'm giving you the source code, so you do not really need to write a whole bunch of the code at this time. But I made the source code, some part are empty, so we're gonna fill in together to understand how it is working. And then like in order to fill how basic Java programming working as well as XML programming as well. So so hopefully you can like a taste of it, how app developer looks like, and how easy and cool it is. And so 2 people done so far. Let's wait for 1 more person, and then we can just begin.
Feel free to share as well if you're experiencing anything funky. Maybe we could just chime in as well. Just based off kind of walking through the demo, give it like maybe a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's already 3:30. So I can just begin. You can slowly follow, or I guess this video gonna be recorded, so maybe you can access it later. But let's actually start our first Android project. So if you're looking at this page, let's click the Start a New Android Studio project. Then you will see a bunch of templates that you can create a cool Android apps right away with the all the pages to set it up already. But since we want to make a really simple drawing app, so we're gonna select the empty activity. So nothing is built in, and then click next, and let's name it our app as Paint. Paint app, simply Paint app, or you can name it whatever you want. That actually doesn't matter. So Paint app, and just making sure your minimum SDK is just API 21, and click finish. And this Android Studio automatically initializing and loading the essential files for the Android app. And if you give just a few seconds, and it's gonna automatically configure everything. And actually, that's it. That's actually first Android that you just created within a few seconds. So if you run it, if you run on the if you install your Android program on the device, you will see it. You will see the app is generated, but obviously it's empty screen, nothing on it because we didn't design anything. But it works. It's the first app here. But we want to make it pretty, and then we want to add some functions. So let's add some files here. Can you guys see my screen okay, or is it too small? Or yeah, just let me know. Great, great. So if you're on the same page, activity main XML and then main activity Java, these two files are automatically generated, as you can see. And Java files are usually take care of the all complicated functionality of this application. And XML file, which is markup languages, it is take care of the interface of the app. So any kind of graphics, any kind of interface gonna be done in this this type of file, and then any kind of computing thing or functionalities implementation gonna be done in this kind of Java file. Okay. Since we do not have a bunch of time to write entire code to make this happen, so from the source code that I gave you, we can just copy and paste for the things. So let's starting from the values. So values has 4 dimensions. I mean the 4 XML values, which is the required attribute to lay out the Android app. So where can we find to add these files is making sure your project directory is viewing as Android, not like a project. So project looks like your actual folder, but if you're looking at the Android, it looks much more cleaner. So make sure you're looking at the Android. And then if you expand the res folder and has options of drawable, layout, and then bitmap and values. And there are values. Default values are having colors, strings, and styles. And we can just copy, Ctrl+C, copy, and click the folder that we want to paste in. We can just Command V or Ctrl+V to paste in, and then click OK. And obviously, we want to override the same name files. And we have multiple override, so that's fine. So now we do have, we copied all the codes in our project. So so if you're looking at the strings, we're gonna use this string values in our apps. It's all there. And then dimensions are when we're setting out the margins or the size of the brushes, it's all set right here. So that's our the values. And then let's add all the images. So images goes to the drawable folder. And you already have this folder, which is your icon, your app icon. But for this project, as you can see, we do need a bunch of images. So let's just copy everything here in the source code. Ctrl+C, Command+C, and click drawable right here, and then paste, and hit OK. OK. And boom. All the required image sources are in our drawables now. And now we're gonna touch our layout. our automatically generated activity main XML is located in under the layout folder. And in our source code, we do have activity main, so we're also going to override. So, so copy all of this layout files, layout XML files into our project layout folder, and hit OK. And obviously, we're going to overwrite the activity main. And now we do have all 3 XML files are in our project. Okay. So just simply, we'll not go through the detail, but quick going through about the brush chooser is just a dialog layout to choose the small, medium, large brush size. So image layout right here, and the opacity size chooser is like has a 1/6 bar to choose the value of the opacity of the paint, and you can hit the OK button. And we will talk about the activity main later, but let's copy and paste our source code first. So let's go to Java on our folder. And we do have 2 Java files. And this file needs to go to our main source code on the project right here. So let's copy and paste in this directory and hit OK. And then we are also overriding the main activity. So it's overwrite. Ta-da! So we do have all the required Android codes here. And let's start looking at the drawing view first. So basically, user interface component like a button, text, label, all those kind of thing. But in Android, we can also customize our view. And this Java class is for that. It's for like a customizing view, because we want to having a view to like having our drawings and also having some functionalities of like reset everything or also delete some portion of it. And that's not the component that Android defaultly has. So we create our view. We are basically customizing it. So how we can do is we set it up the Java class name as a drawing view and extend it with the view. So we customize it, and then we also instantiating some variables. So just quick brief explanation about what's this do. So when the user touches the screen and moves their fingers to draw, we will use path. We'll use path to trace their drawing action on the canvas. And both canvas and the drawing on top of it are represented by paint object. So we do have a paint object right here. And the initial paint color corresponding to the first color of our color palette, which is the red-brown. And finally, we declare variables for the canvas and bitmap. The user path drawn with the draw path will be drawn onto the canvas, which is drawn with the canvas paint. So all required variables are declared here. And then we do have constructor for this Java class. And then it has a set of drawing method inside, which is instantiate some of these variables for drawing. So setting up the brush size and then making our draw more smoother with the round shape. And also has a couple of the overridden method. So making sure this view is for drawing. So we are preparing for the drawing. And we do need, and when drawing view is on the app screen, we want user touches on it to register as a drawing operation. So to do this, we need to listen for touch event and override on touch event method. So actually, you don't need to, sorry. Okay. And sorry about that. This is for my solution purposes. So yeah. So I'll get that. So on this touch event method, we can write some code for touch interaction, and then inside of this method, we can retry the X and Y positions of the user touch. So in order to do that, here, right, float. So in our screen, we have the X coordinate and Y coordinate. In order to get exact position, we need X and Y. And event.get X and float touch Y equals to event get Y. And we need to respond about our touches down on the screen, move on the screen, and up on the screen, right? So and we can simply use a switch statement here, and then when incoming event is getting action, and in the case motion event action down, action down, draw path, our variable draw path to move to touch X. So we set it as start point. And then break for the case. In the second case, for motion event, action, move, and draw path, and line 2. So that's the ending point on our path. So, and break. So this is the Java syntax. Requires when you use the switch statement, you need to use case, and then each case requires break. So it's just a syntax rule. So there's nothing that I can change about that part. And also one cool thing about this Android Studio has you can automatically create your fulfill your code easily because of this auto generate, and draw path become line, and touch X to touch Y, and draw canvas to draw path, our calling our current draw path and draw panes, and then reset it as soon as your finger doesn't touch the screen anymore, and draw path, reset. Yeah. and break for the case. And default is return false. Okay. And since we had some action with our touch, we have to refresh our screen. So invalidate. And with the return true. So that's done for our touch event. So could be difficult if it's your first time, but that's how simple it is. It's kind of short to managing your action of your touch, control your touch of the app. And other part is it is also setting the color. And also one thing, we're calling our patterns from this drawable. So the package name should be matched. So make sure to copy your package name. Probably it's different from mine. So you copy, which is on the line first, the first line. So you just copy your package name and then just replace this part, this string, this text. So so we can reference the correct parents, correct image sources in this project. Okay. So now we're done for this customized view, and let's check our main activity. And now we see some red mark here. So that means error. So error has 1, 2, 3. So we do have 3 errors in this code, which is basically this element, this UI element was not set it up. We cannot find this kind of elements in your layout. So we go to layout to check why we don't have it. So for example, there's no such a ID named drawing. So if you search it, drawing, yeah, there's nothing drawing here. So that's why cannot configure. So let's add it. And at the same time, you probably see the screen probably look like this. You can design the Android app interface, just drag and drop the component right here on the screen, and then you can add some components like button on the middle of the screen or something like that. But we will not need it for this project, so I'll just delete. And also you can change the attribute of this values, just like using this drop down. So interface could be designed very easily, but at the same time, I want you to practice the coding as well. So you can view the design and the code at the same time. And let's show the screen better. Yeah. So the layout is, we have a very simple layout called linear layout. And then inside the linear layout we do have multiple layout. So this layout for the top buttons, and then the second layout for the color palette, right? But this is a little different from what we expected from our demo, right? So we definitely need to add our custom view in the middle of these 2 layouts. And let's add some code right here. So I believe you already copied your package name, because we are calling our drawing view we created in Java right here. Oh, it's drawing. So let me copy the package name again. So package name of the drawing view, and then go back to the main activity. My package name, and then my drawing view. And if you close, so that's the syntax for the XML markup language. So you can add your customized view very simple way with your package name, which is you can input it just same as any kind of button or any kind of layout, any simple Android user interface. And we need to add some attribute for this view, this customized view, like such as the ID, like ID has automatically, so add ID, name as drawing, because this part is gonna have our drawing, like a canvas. And then we have width as match parent, which is the width is touching the parents, which is the full screen, like a full width. And then height, we will set height as 0 because we want to having a layout weight as 1. Did you see? Did you see? So this weight 1 means our portion of our weight on this layout is full. So except the portion for the buttons, we're filling out our canvas entirely. So that's why I set a height as 0. And then I set some margins, but it's not necessary you to set up, but you can try this margins. So very few margins surround this, so it looks better. And then also, since it's a canvas, we want to make it white background. So this is the color code for color white. And it takes some time, but eventually the background color is gonna be white. Okay, so we added a custom view, and we are also missing our eraser image button. So we can quickly add, but it's gonna be very similar like other image buttons. So I just copy and paste, and I just change the ID as erase button. And not screen brush, it's gonna be erase. And then our source code is 2 brush right here. So we can change the image source as eraser. So now we do have a correct image source for this image button, right? So we're done for layout, our main layout for our app. And let's go back to our main activity. Oh, now I do not see any red letters, which is error. So errors are gone, but here I see some empty method. So paint click method is basically action receiver that this color palette, when this color is selected, then it is calling the paint click method in Java. So in your main activity, this method will be called when the color was selected from the color palette. So so here we can check if the user has clicked the paint color or not. So if view, which is the receiver here, view is not equal to current paint, then let's image button, let's say we can name it as image view, which is the so image button view and string color. So tag to string. So view, set color, and we set the color that what we selected. view get tag of the value. So each color palette has a tag, which is the color value, and we set the color of our brush to this color. And let's update UI based on our selection. So our image view, set image. This is for the when it's the palette is selected, then it's a highlight. So let's just add. We already have paint and paint pressed. So if paint is not pressed, it's just light gray. But if paint is pressed, then it changes to the darker gray. So that's how it's doing. And then we update the current paint. Okay. And also we at the same time, when we select the color, we don't want to erase our paint. So we disable the eraser this way and set the brush size. And then set the opacity as full, and that's done. So now you probably you can have an option to select your simulator, and then if you press this run button, then it's installing your Android program on your Android emulator. So Android Studio provides the emulator that even though you do not have an actual Android, like a physical device, you can still see, you can still test your Android app through this virtual machine. But this takes some time to loading it, but it was faster. So now we can check how it is working. Oh, I'm not sure how you guys are doing. Oh, okay. So you can select the brush size. It takes longer time because it's loading. And now I can draw.
Nice. Amazing.
So
oh my God.
It's it's 1 minute left, but do you guys have any questions or not sure? And definitely I will provide you the full code for this project. It's on my GitHub, and yeah, and I'll be happy to answer any questions personally, what I'm doing for my research project, and then my my graduate student life. But yeah, but thank you so much for your time today and participating in this workshop today.
Thank you, Mimi. Can you put your link of the completed code?
Yeah.
When you want to advance, and then yes.
Yeah. So it's this one.
Oh, we have a question here. Should I learn JavaScript?
Oh. For the Android development, you do not need to. Yeah, the Android programming doesn't require JavaScript, but JavaScript is very similar with Java and XML, but not the same. So, but JavaScript is good language if you want to do the iOS programming. So, because yeah, Swift is very similar with the JavaScript.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mimi. Okay. Last burning question, and we'll close out. What should I learn?
Okay, go ahead. What should you learn as a programming languages?
Maybe that was the question in terms of programming language.
Oh, okay. Okay. So here, just let me share the oh my gosh, it's double times. Okay. Oh yeah, it's programming languages. So as I introduced, the basic Android app is formed with the two different programming languages, which is Java, most common and basic programming language, object-oriented language, and XML for your layout, so your view, your front end designs. But nowadays, newly designed Android apps are using Kotlin. Kotlin language is developed by Google, I guess. And oh, your last language was C++. Yeah, C++. I guess similar with Java, but yeah, C++ is not used in the Android programming. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. So, is there any other questions?
Okay.
And I just shared the link for my source
Amazing.
codes.
I'll post this. Okay. Cool. All right. Just to close out, thank you so much, Mimi. I wish this was in person. That was like, you know, you could hear claps, but like, appreciate your time going through this workshop. I know that I learned a crap ton. Like I know like I know like a little bit of iOS, but Android is like, I thought this was very clear. I thought it was like really concise, and I know that you didn't know what you were coming into in terms of like people's levels of programming, and so I thought it was like really awesome that you had like you struck the perfect middle ground there. So thank you so much. Okay, all right, y'all. Feel free to transition to the main stage as we will be having our I think our closeout talk for the day. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of the conference or day 3. Yeah. All right. Take care. Thank you so much, Mimi.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.